fudge, gluten-free, and just 4 ingredients. It's time to go back into the kitchen. We got Cydney Bushue from Knead, now Bakehouse in the house, to show us how to put this all together. So this is a great gluten-free recipe.
Yes.
And my daughter, just kind of step back here, my daughter is gluten-free, and we've been doing that for about a couple of years now. So one of the things I've noticed whenever we've made cookies, they're just not quite the same flavor and same texture as some of the stuff when you use regular flour. But kind of walk us through this recipe. How are we making this without that flour ingredient, or are we using, what kind of substitute are we using?
Actually, in a lot of the powdered sugar recipes, there's like a little bit of cornstarch added into it, so it kind of thickens up your batter with whatever you're using.
So the cornstarch instead of the flour, and that works as that alternate. Okay.
And that's already included in your powdered sugar. You do have to be careful of the brands you use, though. Some do have a little bit of gluten in them, so you just got to check online.
So check that label before you throw it in the mixing bowl, which we have set up ready to go here. What do you have in here, and what are we going to be making today?
All right. Well, you got your 3 cups of powdered sugar in here. Now, simplicity is kind of key for me. I like the smaller, simpler recipes. You don't have to go out and buy $50 of ingredients to make one kind of cookie. You know. But you got 3 cups of powdered sugar, 2/3 of a cup of cocoa powder, and you're just going to dump all this in there. Now, it's going to be kind of a thinner recipe, so you're going to want to get an ice cream scoop. And then you're going to do 4 egg whites.
Just the egg whites? You don't want the whole egg in there?
No, no. Actually, egg whites, when you mix it up, it kind of makes it a little fluffier, and it gives it that kind of meringue, crunchy taste.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
I see. I was just going back to making cookies with my mom. We just cracked the whole thing and threw it in there, and then we licked the batter, and it was fine. And we all survived, right?
See, there you go. I don't think there's anything wrong with eating a little cookie dough.
That's right. So we're going to mix this up. So what other gluten-free recipes do you like to make at your place?
Well, I've only got a couple right now. I've been experimenting with a few. They're mostly protein cookies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just made one the other day. It was a protein no-bake cookie.
So it's like a peanut butter-based cookie then, or? Okay, awesome.
Yeah, peanut butter, protein powder, chocolate, you know, stuff like that. And it came out really good, actually. And my goal in life is to make like protein cookies that don't have that chalky taste to them.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, that kind of goes back to what we were talking about initially. There's always just a different taste to it. What kind of made you go down the gluten-free road here, or trying to go down and discover more recipes?
Well, I had a lot of people, because I do events in KC once in a while where I'll sell cookies, and I've had a couple of people come up to me asking if I've got gluten-free recipes, and people ordering them, and I just decided it was best to experiment, because there's a lot of people out there that have that restriction and can't have.
And to be honest with you, totally honest, like a couple of years ago, if you would have said, you know, gluten-free this, gluten-free that, I've been like, oh, that's just that trendy nonsense diet. But then, you know, our daughter had like eczema and like developed like a rash over her. And then we took gluten out of her diet, and then 2 weeks later, the rash was gone like that. After we tried the creams and everything. So, I mean, it really had an impact on our life. You know, because now we're trying to adjust our diets and everything too, and it's so great when she can eat cookies and stuff too, right?
Exactly. I mean, and you know, it can be difficult having that restriction because flour is included in so many things, and having something simple to do, it makes it a lot.
Yeah. And then real quick, we got to get the chocolate chips in there, because that's one of the most important parts of any cookie.
The last and final ingredient. This is what's going to thicken your batter up, and it's going to make it more malleable, I guess, to where it doesn't spread completely over your pan.
All right, so as soon as we mix all this up, we pop it in the oven for a little bit, and here is our final product over here. And can I try one?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
I did include some coconut in some of them.
Do you want one?
Spice it up a little. Yeah,
there you
sure
go.
thing.
All right, I did wash my hands, just so you know. Here's the health-conscious, gluten-free cookies. Thank you so much, Cydney. We appreciate it.
Yeah.